What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We back. We back. We back. We back. I told y'all yesterday, I think we did a live yesterday, and I told y'all I'm going to be trying to do more lives here. So here we are again today. We definitely going to do a lot more lives heading into the playoffs. So you already know, you guys know we do a lot of lives throughout the playoffs. But just been a little technical difficulties been stopping me. And then with my other channel, my politics channel, been producing a lot over there, so haven't had as much time. But I said, you know what? We're gonna invoke the Mamba mentality and get to it. So make sure y'all pull up, and we about to get into this live. And let me say the next 1 minute or so. Make sure you guys let me know where y'all are coming in from, and we will get it going. Just a second. The Bay Area in the building was good. California in the building was good. VA in the building was good. Yes, sir. Tap on in. Tap on in. Let's give it like another 30 seconds. Let me do my shout outs. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. Shout out to my guy, Sports and Fitness Rants. I didn't even see him. Shout out to Sports and Fitness Rants in the comments, man. Shout out to my guy, man. Shout out to Sports and Fitness Rants. he be putting the smack down every morning. So I try to tune into his channel whenever I wake up and catch his show. So shout out to him. He said, RIP Luka's MVP. Where else? Toronto in the building. Shout out to Toronto in the building. I think that's Massachusetts, I guess. MASS dot whatever. I think that's Massachusetts. All right, so let's get into it. People will catch up as we go into it. So let's talk about the first breaking news. Shout out to Maryland in the building as well. Vegas in the building was good. Looks like y'all may be getting a basketball team out there in Vegas. I guess we have to wait and see. So, all right, so let's get into this news here, man. So we got the first breaking news that Luka Doncic, as you guys know, he suffered a hamstring injury in the game. Appreciate the super chat. He suffered a hamstring injury in the loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, a game in which the Lakers lost by 40. I want to say 43 points or 42 or 43 points. They lost by a lot. After the game, some people were speculating, did Luka fake his injury? Oh, is he faking his injury? Is he running away from the smoke? Blah, 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 blah. Well, folks, it looks like it's a legitimate injury. We got multiple sites reporting on it. It says, breaking news, Lakers star Luka Doncic suffered a grade 2 left hamstring strain and will miss the remainder of the regular season. The average timetable for return for a grade 2 hamstring strain is 3 to 6 weeks. The playoffs start in 15 days, which means the playoffs start in 2 weeks exactly. Now, that's the first thing. Another bit of news before we get into the actual story here and my thoughts about it. So Luka Doncic's agent put out a post, a statement, because he's trying to appeal the 65 game rule. Shout out to New York in the building. He's trying to appeal the 65 game a penalty, let's say, against him, because the time that he missed was because his girlfriend or whatever, his partner, I don't know, was giving birth to their child. So let me read that quickly. And this says this season Luka Doncic has performed at a historic level, leading the league in scoring, carrying the Lakers to a third place in the Western Conference, and placing himself in the middle of the most tightly contested MVP races in memory. To ensure that Luka Doncic's incredible accomplishments this season are rightly honored and he can be considered for league's end of season awards, we intend to apply for an extraordinary circumstances challenge to the 65 game rule. Luka missed 2 games this season for the birth of his second child in Slovenia. His daughter was born on December 4th on another continent, and yet was back in the United States competing with the team on December 6th. That's pretty impressive. Damn, that's pretty damn impressive. Luka has gone to great lengths to show up for his team and blah, blah, blah. Yo, something that stands out to me before we continue on. Isn't it interesting that Luka Doncic took his girlfriend or whoever it was to Slovenia, the country he's from, to have birth. Isn't that interesting? I mean, you would think that, I think, look, Luka lives in LA. He's a multi gazillionaire. Even if he want, I mean, I'm sure he would get the best medical treatment for his partner or whatever, his girlfriend. I don't know who she is or whatever. So for him to leave the country and then put someone that's on a plane, maybe she left sooner, to go back to Slovenia just to give birth, I think that's pretty crazy. I mean, it's not a major story, but something that just stood out to me. So Luka is it's not interesting. He's cultural. Okay, maybe there's a cultural reason behind it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was a reason behind it. I don't know. It was just something that stood out to me. Well, maybe, because I know, like, in the United States, you can be an American citizen, but if you're not born in the United States, like, for instance, if your parents who are American, for example, have you in France, yes, you're an American citizen, but for instance, you can never run for president because you weren't born in the States. You can run, I think, for governor or whatever it is, but president, you have to be born on American soil. Maybe that's the reason he did it. I don't know. Just something that stood out to me. Anyway, so let's get into the Lakers season, guys. This is terrible news. This is terrible news. Laker Nation, the season is pretty much over. And it's a shame that is ending in this way. But the fact of the matter is this. Luka Doncic had put this entire team on his back. That's a fact. Whether you like his playing style, whether he shoots too much, whatever it is, he's their most important piece. And whenever a team loses their best player, I don't see any argument you can make for that team going forward. They may be able to sustain some steam for some time, but after a while, it's over. You know what this reminds me of? Y'all remember back in 2021? Maybe you might remember, maybe you don't remember. The Clippers, Kawhi was healthy. They beat the Dallas Mavericks in round 1 when Kawhi had that crazy 40-plus point game. Then they get to round 2. The series is tied. No, the Clippers go down 0-2 to the Jazz. Then they go to Utah and beat them and tie the series. And then what ends up happening? Kawhi Leonard gets injured in game 4. Their best player gets injured in game 4. Somehow the team is able to rally, come back home, win, and then Paul George and Terrence Mann and these guys have a spectacular whatever, and then they win the next games, right? And then they advance to the Western Conference Finals. And then they face the Phoenix Suns, and eventually they lost because it's only so long you can make up for the absence of your best player. So maybe the Lakers will be able to rally around each other and maybe win a few games and blah, 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 blah. But this thing just went from bad to worse. For the new people that just came into the live, the story is this. Luka Doncic is out for the remainder of the season. I'll read it to you. It says, breaking, Lakers star Luka Doncic suffered a grade 2 left hamstring strain and will miss the remainder of the regular season. The average timetable to return from a grade 2 hamstring strain is 3 to 6 weeks. The playoffs start in 2 weeks, 15 days. So the season is over, right? Or at least it looks to be the case. But let me tell you why the Lakers are in serious trouble here. Let's pull up the NBA standings. Let's get into the standings because I believe I did a show about this earlier today, but we'll talk about it now. Hey, guys, let's try to get these likes up to 100 likes. You know, I don't ask y'all for nothing. I don't ask y'all for super chats, nothing. But every once in a while, I'm going to ask y'all to hit the like button so we can get the algorithm going, so we can get these lives up and running again. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Show your man some love, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Anyway, let's look at the Western Conference standings. Now, here's why I think the Lakers are in trouble. Okay. If you look at the standings right now, you got OKC at number 1, San Antonio number 2, Lakers at number 3, Denver number 4, Houston number 5, Minnesota number 6. Now, as y'all can see, the Lakers are not going to drop below the 6th seed, right? There's just not enough games left in the season. But remember, they're going to play Utah. They're going to play Phoenix. They're going to play OKC, right? The Lakers are going to play OKC. Let's look at their schedule, right? Let me just pull this up here. So these are the remaining games for the Lakers. They're going to play Dallas, I think, tomorrow. Then OKC. Then Golden State. Then Phoenix. Then Utah. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, right? In order for the Lakers to stay afloat, they need to win all 5 of those games. Because if Denver, who has won 7 in a row, keeps winning, and the Lakers, for example, lose 3 of these games, right? Or 2 of these games, Denver leapfrogs them and goes to the 3 seed. Or if the Lakers end up falling to the 5th seed, and maybe let's say Houston goes up, or they fall, if the Lakers fall, if the Lakers make the mistake of playing Denver in round 1, they're going to lose. They're not going to be able to beat Denver. Like, we can just throw that in. I don't think they're beating Denver. With or without Luka, they're not beating Denver. But now, if you end up playing, for example, Minnesota, Houston, you could make a legitimate argument that the Lakers could lose in round 1. Because Luka, if he comes back in 3 to 6 weeks, that means he may come back anywhere between maybe the middle of round 1. That's best case scenario, because, once the playoffs start, they play like, I think, every 2 days or something like that, right? So best case scenario, he may come back the middle of, that's if he rushes. They said the average recovery time is 3 to 6 weeks. Then you have to ask another question. Are the Lakers willing to jeopardize Luka's body in a scenario where the likelihood of you winning is low? Are they willing to rush him just for him to come back and get hurt again? Or something like that happening. You heard the comments from JJ Redick at the end of the game yesterday. He said, we didn't want to injure a player. And it looks like JJ made the right call, because even though the Lakers staff gave Luka Doncic the green light to come back in, I think JJ made the right decision, I think, to not play him, if my memory serves me right. Shout out to Turo on the building. The playoff starts in 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, Turo, the playoffs start in exactly 15 games. So that's, days, excuse me. So that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks, right? So you're looking at mid-April. So best case scenario, the Luka comes back in the middle of round 1. Worst case scenario, the Lakers need to win round 1 without Luka, and Luka returns in round 2. If Luka is not available at the start of the playoffs, it's a wrap. Which leads me now to our friendly neighborhood LeBron James. So, as you guys know, Suzette. Some of y'all know who Suzette is in the chat, but we're gonna call him Suzette tonight. Suzette has been hating on Luka Doncic for the last 3 months. He's been hating on Luka so much that he's even calling it racism. The Lakers are racist against LeBron James. You can't make this stuff up. The same racist Lakers are the ones that drafted Bronny James, right? So he's been calling the Lakers racist. Oh, they suck. Luka Doncic sucks. Luka is trash. Luka is this. Luka is that. Luka's a piece of doo-doo. Luka stinks. Luka ain't all of that. Luka, blah, 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 blah. So I said to myself, well, look, yeah, racist, yes, you heard that right. Yes, he calls the Lakers racist. He actually believes the Lakers media is racist against LeBron. Yeah, this guy, all of his marbles ain't there. He ain't actually, I don't think he has all of his his wheels on his car. Let's put it that way. So he thinks the Lakers media is racist against LeBron James because they're pro Luka. You can't make it up. The same LeBron who they've been kissing his butt for the past 70 years, now all of a sudden they became racist. So he thinks they're racist, right? So if Luka is not as good as you say he is, and you secretly believe LeBron James is the better player, well, why doesn't LeBron James step up to the plate? This would be a perfect opportunity for LeBron James and Austin Reeves, led by LeBron James, to step up and show us some of that GOAT status. Because remember, y'all said LeBron is sacrificing his game. Well, now he ain't got to sacrifice nothing. Now LeBron can go out there and show us what he got. And show us what he got. I mean, after all, they are paying him $50 million. I mean, they're paying him $50 million. So let's see what you're going to get for $50 million. The Lakers are paying LeBron $52.6 million. Let's see him deliver on that $52.6 million. He said, what? Who said LeBron is a top 5 Laker of all time? I don't have time for the shenanigans, guys. I don't have time for the shenanigans. Nobody. Who said LeBron is a top 5 player? Two Raw said, so the Lakers are racist against LeBron, but these are the same fan base that made fun of Darvin Ham, African. Man, forget about LeBron fans. Two Raw. These people are not serious people, bro. They're not they don't have a serious bone in their body. He said, but do you think LeBron looks for stats? You see, here you go. Now LeBron is old. Now LeBron is old. You see how that works? Do you know why they saying that? Because they don't know. They know LeBron doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of doing anything for the Lakers. They know it. So what they're trying to do is reduce expectations. So now all of a sudden he old. You see how that works? When Luka's playing, they're sitting in the corner grumbling. Oh, man, look, Luka don't want to pass the ball. Luka don't want to pass the ball. He just hogging the ball. Okay, Luka's gone, so show me some. Then the minute Luka leave, well, LeBron is old. What do you expect from him? He's old. You see LeBron, you can't defeat these guys, man. LeBron fans are like zombies, man. You can't defeat them. Or like, you know who LeBron fans are? LeBron fans are like, what's that damn Jeepers Creepers. That's who they are. They're like the Jeepers Creepers. You can run over them, hit them with a sledgehammer, shoot them. They just stand up and keep on rolling. They go drink a little bit of honey. They revive themselves and they get back up and they just start chasing you. It's like a fan base full of Jeepers Creepers. Y'all do know you can't kill the Jeepers Creeper, right? You can't kill him. You can't. And the only time they hibernate is in the off season. The minute the season starts, they wake up again. But they don't suck blood, they suck honey. That's what they harvest. They don't harvest your organs. They break into Costco and steal the honey out the freaking shelves. That's what they do. They can't be defeated. Anything you say to a LeBron fan, they have an answer. Luka been balling. Oh, Luka's a ball hog. He doesn't know how to win. The minute Luka leaves, well, what you expect from him? He's an old man. That's them. That's them. You can't beat them. You can't. Bron needs to go. Bro should have let. Speaking of Bron, so I saw some people have been making fun of Bronny James. Y'all notice we ain't made fun of Bronny James in a minute. I saw some people making fun of Bronny James because they were like, he can't even dribble like his pops and all that. Is Bronny James still a story in the NBA at this point? Is he still a story at this point? Does he even matter anymore at this point? Does he matter? He said the only difference is Jeepers Creepers come back every 27 years. The bum takes 27 years. Yo, if any of y'all seen that movie Jeepers Creepers, man, y'all would get this joke that Turon just said. That's pretty damn funny, man. Speaking of Jeepers Creepers, while we at it, we gonna get back to this Lucas stuff in a minute. Yo, so they I'm not gonna lie, they called me. So my cousin, he knew like I was afraid of scary movies, right? I was super afraid of scary movies. And they tricked me into watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? Who's seen that movie? Put a one in the chat. Who's seen that movie? Put a one in the chat. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Who's seen that movie? Put a one in the chat. They tricked me and they told me the movie we were about to watch, not the first one, the second one, the one that came out like in the 2000s. They tricked me and they told me the movie we're about to watch, believe it or not, and I fell for it, was called Chicken Noodle Soup. I swear to you. The movie was called Chicken Noodle Soup. So I said, okay, well, let's watch this movie called Chicken Noodle Soup. And back then it was on TV, so not like on Netflix where you can just press the button and know what you're watching. So I was like, okay, let's watch Chicken Noodle Soup, whatever this movie is. Who remembers the opening scene of that movie where this girl was sitting in the back seat and she pulls out a gun out of her, you know what, and I think just takes her life. And I'm sitting there looking at this. I'm like, chicken noodle soup? But what did this got to do with chicken noodle soup? Would y'all believe me? Would y'all believe it was only after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy came out that I realized I wasn't watching Chicken Noodle Soup? I actually thought I was watching a movie called Chicken Noodle Soup. Silly me. But anyway, I digress. Back to the live. So Luka Doncic is out, man, for the next 3 to 6 weeks. And the playoffs begin in 15 days. He said with a soda on the side, bro. They got me, man. It's over. It's over. It's a shame, but it's over. Laker fans, again, it's been another chaotic season with LeBron James on the team. And all we can hope for now is that him and Bronny and Austin Reeves can step up and try to do something. Because if Luka doesn't come back, the Lakers are not getting out of round one. They're not beating Houston. They're not beating Denver. And they're not beating Minnesota. It's a wrap. They have 5 games left to go in the season. They could either end up the 4th seed, the 5th seed, or the 6th seed. Whatever seed. If they fall into 6th spot, then they'll play Phoenix. I don't even think they could beat Phoenix. Right? So if they land to the 6th seed, then no. Hold on. I'm looking at this wrong. The 1 plays the 8, the 7 plays the 2, then the 6 plays the 3, right? And the 4th they're not getting out of round one. Long story short, they're not. Right? They're not getting out of round one. He said, "What's up, Dreamers Pro LeBron James hater?" Here we go, man. Well, appreciate y'all. Pull up. What would the live be without the LeBron fans? Oklahoma play physical, and the Lakers don't like that they showed the blueprint on how to beat the Lakers easy. Yeah, man. The OKC pressured the Lakers for everything. Even like trying to pass the ball, they pressured the pass. Handoffs, they pressured. It was just full pressure for 48 minutes, and the Lakers couldn't do it, and the referees couldn't save them. The refs couldn't save them. So that's why for those people that feel like, oh, the Lakers, bro, even Austin Reeves, as much as he was playing as an all-star, do y'all remember what happened to Austin Reeves last year in the playoffs? He fell off the earth. Austin Reeves fell off the planet because the minute he stopped getting those fouls, teams started you could focus in on a player in a playoff series. Austin Reeves wasn't the same player he was. He wasn't. So now, Laker Nation, LeBron James has to be the one to lead the pack. The $50 million man is the one to lead the pack. I want to read this comment. Somebody said, "Do you really think any team can beat the Spurs or Thunder?" Um, that's a very good question. If you're talking about the West, playoffs are always unpredictable, man. We can see things one way, then we get to the playoffs, and all of a sudden things play out differently. For example, Indiana last year. No one thought Indiana would beat half of the teams that they beat and make it as far as they did, but they did. So the playoffs, you never know what can happen. But if we're just going to use conventional wisdom, San Antonio is going to be really tough. OKC is going to be really tough. Now, personally, let me tell you why I wouldn't be upset if either OKC or San Antonio won. The reason why I wouldn't be upset, for example, OKC, is number one, they'll be the first team in I think 5, 6, 7 years to win back-to-back titles. We haven't had a back-to-back champion since the Golden State Warriors when they had Kevin Durant. So that would be good to see a team go back-to-back, and it would make next year's storyline very interesting because now next year it'll be like, well, can OKC three-peat, right? So that'll be exciting. There's a lot of history there. And of course, we get to see SGA build his legacy. So you got that part, which is cool. In terms of the Spurs, if the Spurs, for example, win it all, then it's a whole nother conversation. Because now we're talking about a 22-year-old that led the San Antonio Spurs to the finals and won the Defensive Player of the Year and potentially won the finals, won the regular season MVP and potentially the final. If the Spurs did that, can you even imagine what that would do for Victor Wembanyama's legacy? Can you even imagine that? What that would look like? And then, of course, if the Spurs win, then now we have this conference rivalry between OKC and the Spurs, two very young teams. And now going into every season, we're like, damn, who's it going to be, OKC or the Spurs? So I think that's interesting. For example, if Denver wins, bro, are y'all aware that Nikola Jokic just averaged a triple-double again? Are y'all aware of that? Are y'all aware of the fact that this dude just averaged another triple-double? I found this out earlier this week. For some of y'all that was watching, I almost fell out of I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that this guy at the center position averaged a triple-double for 2 years in a row as a center. What? I know he don't play defense, but good God Almighty, can you even believe? So if he would have won a championship, then that would boost his legacy. You now be having conversations between Nikola Jokic and like Hakeem Olajuwon or somebody like that. So you have that. In terms of the Eastern Conference, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think the biggest story in the East would be this. If the New York Knicks, I know some of y'all don't want to hear this. I know some of my New Yorkers, y'all gonna want to hear this, but so y'all gonna have to back me up in the comment section because they about to start throwing they about to start throwing like carrots and a whole bunch of stuff at me right now, tomatoes and all that. They're gonna start booing me in the comments. But hear me out. Can you imagine if the Knicks won a championship? Can you imagine? That would be crazy. Maybe not for like other teams, but in terms of like the league and New York getting a championship, I think that would be great news. Is it going to happen? Probably not, but you never know. But of course, in the East, Detroit is the number one seed. Boston is I mean, I think there are more compelling stories in the West, but if Detroit won, that would be definitely be cool to see. I still think the Knicks winning would be better. If Boston won, I don't think it will be the same story because Boston is a storied franchise. I mean, it's like if the Lakers won. I mean, yeah, if the Lakers won, it'd be more so because of LeBron, really. LeBron won his 5th ring. But if Boston won another ring, it would be very impressive, but it would just be like, okay, it's their 18th championship. I don't really think it's a big, big, big deal. But I think the biggest storylines are in the Western Conference. So if either of those teams make it to the championship, do I believe somebody can beat them in the East? Yes. I believe that the team that can beat some of these Western Conference teams is Boston. That's my pick. As a matter of fact, I'm picking Boston to go to the NBA Finals out of the East. I'm picking the Boston Celtics to go to the matter of fact, the spirit just touched me. I'm making my finals prediction right now. These are my finals predictions right here, April 4th. I'm not going to pick who's going to win, but I'm going to pick who goes to the finals. I'm picking Boston to go to the finals in the East, and I'm picking the Spurs to go to the finals in the West. Let me say it again. I got the Boston Celtics going to the finals, and I got the San Antonio Spurs going to the finals. Those are my 2 picks. Y'all can call me crazy, but that's who I'm rolling with. Something tells me that this young Spurs team can pull it off. Something tells me. Now, I may be wrong, but I do know Boston is going to. Boston will be in the finals. I don't see anybody being able to beat Boston in the Eastern Conference, man. I don't see it. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't. So I got Spurs in the finals. That's my pick. And then who wins is up for what Boston and OKC. I think that'll be a great series. I think Boston and OKC would be a crazy series because Boston plays fun basketball to watch, and so does OKC. And they have like a similar makeup in terms of their roster. So I think that'll be a very, very good series to watch. I think that'll be a very good series. That's just my pick. I could be wrong. Maybe the Knicks make it or somebody else. But that's what I mean, if I had to put a dark horse in the Western Conference, probably Minnesota or like Denver. I don't see Houston. I don't see Phoenix. I don't see the Clippers. No. I think the dark horse would probably be like Minnesota or something. But a lot of that is going to depend on the play of Julius Randle. Is Anthony Edwards going to play like smart basketball? But I would say Minnesota, probably the dark horse. Or maybe Denver may get hot and then just win. You never know because Denver is still Denver. But I think the Western Conference are going. I think both conferences are going to be good. If we look at the East right now, if the playoffs were to start, you got Detroit, Charlotte, Boston, Toronto. I'm not watching that series. I can tell you that. New York and Philly. I'm absolutely watching that series. Cleveland, Atlanta. I'm not even going to spend 1 second of my time watching that series. In the West, it would be OKC, Portland. I'm not watching that series. Spurs, Phoenix. Not really going to watch it. Lakers, Minnesota. That'll be fun to watch. And Denver, Houston. Those will be fun series. So, I mean, that's how it is. We still got the play-in tournament. Things may happen. We never know. But that's what I pick. Lakers with playoff Bronny. That's pretty funny. Spurs are newbies. That series against Thunder, lights will be too bright. We'll see. I mean, just my prediction. I could be wrong, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Just my prediction. Things could change. Detroit has a chance, but I just don't think they can pull it up. It depends. If Cade Cunningham is back, I'm not sure if he'll be back by then. We'll see. Then obviously he's a game changer because Cade is an MVP candidate. He's an MVP caliber player, so things can change as well. We never know, right? We never know. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for tapping into the live, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we definitely going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all have a good one. Have a good night. Have a good night.